Okay, who here hasn't been to space? Why? You better not throw up on my ship.
Approaching jump in 3, 2, 1.
What's up and what's going on, fellow fanatics, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we discuss all things movies, TV, streaming, hot topics, and more. And yesterday on Twitter, we got some leaked concept art for Okoye, Shuri, Namor the Samaritan, Riri Williams, Ironheart, and Atuma, all going to be showing up in Wakanda Forever Black Panther. I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I don't give not one, not two, nor red nor blue fucks about any of this shit. I don't. I don't care. I mean, you're giving us concept art for Black Panther, but I don't fucking see Black Panther. I mean, you're advertising a... Let me not even get into that yet. Let me get y'all's thoughts first. What do you think of the promo art when you see Namor? It looks like they are keeping with the somewhat, he's looking somewhat the same here. Obviously, we found out a couple weeks ago that Namor the Samaritan was not going to be from Atlantis because they didn't want to have the confusion between DC and Marvel with Atlantis and that da-da-da-da-da. So now he's going to be, which I'm not that upset with him being Aztec or whatever. I don't really care if you want to change that. If you want to change he's not from Atlantis, sure, whatever. Let him be Aztec and Mayan or whatever you want to do. That's fine. I'm okay with that. We know that the actor portraying, I forget his name, the actor portraying Namor actually went through extensive training to even learn how to speak in the language. So I'm cool with that too. That actually makes me happy and hyped for it. That shows the care that you're putting into the character. Even though I don't care about the promo art, I do care about Namor. Namor is still one of the best anti-heroes in Marvel Comics. He is a mutant. Now, is the MCU going to make Namor a mutant? I highly doubt it. They've already changed he's not from Atlantis because everyone in Marvel Comics in Atlantis, he's half mutant, half Atlantean. Anyway, when you see the promo art for Namor, Trey, where does your mind go? What are you thinking? Are you excited to see this? Is it?
No. I mean, I'll be real. To me, it looks goofy, and the reason it looks goofy to me is I don't know, the half-naked superhero vibe never really worked with me. It was never really something, the costumes look silly to me personally, but I just, I'll make you get into it as early as you want. This is real cool concept art for a fucking Black Panther movie. Where's Black Panther? That's the concept art we want to see. We want to see how cool the new suit looks, who's playing, I mean, all the things related to him. I do think Ironheart looked cool. I don't know. It's not something I don't really care. Nothing about this grabs me, at all, other than maybe Ironheart. Ironheart is just cool because I like seeing the further development of Stark Tech, right? I like where that goes. Namor, again, is a hit or miss. Sure, he's there's many links he has to multiple things in the MCU, right? But, I've never given a shit about Namor. It's just not a character I've cared about,
I like Namor personally, but...
Right, and that's cool, but I'm just saying this, and that goes into what villains do you like or not like. Personally, he's not a big hitter for me. And I think he looks goofy in the concept art, but that's just me.
Q, what are your thoughts on the any of the promo art? Shuri, Okoye, Okoye looks the same. Shuri looks like she's about to go work out, and then you've got, the stuff for Namor.
Atuma was kind of cool.
Looking at the first one with Shuri and Okoye, one of the main things I noticed is how it's just a small little Black Panther mask, but it's Wakanda forever. So it just makes me think it's not even going to be more of a Black Panther film. It's just going to be more of a film,
a Wakanda film,
Wakanda-centered film about everything going on there, and maybe going to war with Namor. I don't know what they're going to do with the plot of Namor because they're introducing Atuma, who's a villain of Namor. And so I don't know if Namor, I know he's an anti-hero, but I don't know what his storyline in this movie is going to be or anything. And so, my personal opinion, I think Atuma looks good. That's the one thing I wanted to say. I thought, the more MCU projects and stuff I watch, I really like villains. And so, looking at Atuma, I don't know, he looks dope in my opinion.
He does. I like his weapon too. That shit's cool.
Yeah, but that's one of the main things I wanted to bring up is just how I feel like it's going to be more of a Wakanda-centered film, and they're not going to promote Black Panther that much. And I feel like even whoever dons the Black Panther suit in the new movie is not going to be in the movie that much. I feel like that's just the way they've been going. They're gonna make it a Wakanda-centered film. They're gonna give split time between Okoye, Shuri, and how the Okoye handles her tribe. We'll get the M'Baku scenes and stuff, but I mean, they're not doing anything we want them to do. If that's what y'all are looking for, they're not doing anything that we want them to do. They haven't listened to any of the fans. They haven't switched anything. They're doing what they want to do. They don't give a fuck if we dislike it. And
I think what you just said there is something we haven't said on this channel. It makes a lot of sense. That I don't know why I haven't thought about it. That Wakanda Forever being a Wakanda-centered film. Yes, it has the tag Black Panther to it, right? But this being a movie about everyone in Wakanda sans Black Panther, right? I mean, that is the route that looks like they're taking, and
That's fine.
That,
you still have to have T'Challa.
No one, but
I don't. There's not a way that anyone can spin this to me to where you can say.
Oh, I'm not saying it's a good idea or going to be
T'Challa can
done,
just be absent.
That's what they're doing.
You can't do that.
Have they said have anything been said of how they're going to address?
No.
Maybe
T'Challa or his passing.
No, we still don't know if he's dying off screen.
In the Illuminati,
we don't know if he's dying off screen. We don't know how that's going to happen. But, like you said, yes, Atuma is more than likely. What's probably going to happen is Namor is going to be at war with Wakanda, typical comic stuff. And then what's going to end up happening is Namor is probably going to have an issue with Atuma and going to need Wakanda's help, or Wakanda and Namor both have issues with Atuma, to where Atuma becomes the main villain of the film. And then what everybody else thought, how Wanda was going to change sides and help Strange, that's going to happen in this film.
Yeah.
Namor and Wakanda were probably going to team up and fight Atuma, if Atuma's going to be the main villain here. But all that aside, we have seen a lot of the actors and actresses like Martin Freeman, Lupita. We've seen Angela Bassett. We've seen a lot of them speaking, even Letitia Wright. We've seen a lot of them speaking about the film, and every single one of them have had the same thing to say. It's going to be so much better than the first one. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. It's going to be such a great dedication to Chadwick Boseman and da-da-da-da. That's fine. You can say that. The issue I have with it is we keep saying that, well, Marvel has hypocritically put out that this film is dedicated to Chadwick Boseman and his legacy and what Chadwick wanted. So is it really dedicated to what Chadwick wanted, or is it dedicated to lying another billion in your pockets? Are you trying to profit off of this man's death? And the reason I say that is, this ain't what Chadwick wanted. Chadwick has said, has documented, he said what he wanted. His brother has come out and said what he wanted. Hell, his brother's daughter, his niece, has even come out and said what he wanted. This ain't what he wanted. He wanted the character recasted. He wanted the legacy to move on. And a lot of people out there talking about, well, you're complaining about this, and people are complaining about that. It's not like Black Panther's not going to be in the film. It's not about Black Panther being in the film. It's not about Mantle. No one cares if Shuri is going to be Black Panther. Why? She's not in the comics. We don't care about that. I mean, hell, she's only Black Panther for a little bit in the comics until she's ascended to the goddess status that she takes on. But, we don't... It's not about the mantle, because here's the issue with that. Whenever you think Batman, there have been other people in the comics, in shows, or whatever that have been Batman. Hell, his son has been Batman. Robin has taken on the mantle of Batman at some point. But what does it always come down to? When you think Batman, whose name do you fucking think?
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne. When you think Superman, even though there's been other Superman, whose name do you think of? Clark Kent. When you think Black Panther, it is T'Challa. No one is saying... No one's saying that T'Challa has to be, or that we need to see him in this film and he has to be Black Panther. You don't want to make him Black Panther. You don't want him to have the mantle. That's fine, but don't kill him.
Right.
But don't kill him for the third time.
I even thought about that. I feel like if in this movie, if they were taking the approach of it being Wakanda-centric, right, and they even said in the movie, T'Challa's off-world, T'Challa's whatever, right, and they do eventually recast him in the next film.
That's fine.
Then I could literally go into this movie less skeptical.
That's fine.
And be like, okay, you didn't want to rush your recast.
Yes.
You wanted to make a movie in celebration of Chadwick, showing Wakanda doing its thing with all these. And again, powerful and very, very intelligent black actors and actresses that really give a shit about this film, right? And literally all you have to do is start with, say Namor's doing something, right? And they're like, where is T'Challa? He's off-world handling XYZ. That's all you gotta do.
Simple. It's that
But if
simple.
you literally start with, oh, T'Challa died.
For the third time in the MCU.
Get me out of
He
this.
died for the third time in the MCU.
Yeah, but get me out of this fucking movie at this point.
It's crazy to me, and then it's also crazy to me. Hugh, I want to get your thoughts on this too, but it's also crazy to me because I'm just sitting here thinking about, you know, like when you're thinking about T'Challa and him having to be in the MCU and them killing him for the third time. If we witness this man, this black man died for the third time on screen. Like I said in my post last night, we are not, and I've said this before too, we're about to go see Thor Love and Thunder, but we're about to see Thor survive at the end of the film. We're about to see Thor be the star of his own film, from what I've heard, because people have seen the film. From what I've heard, he's great in the film. But in order for Jane to become the mighty Thor, Thor is not dying. Thor is not losing his status as Thor. Thor is not in the film. He's still the center of his
still Thor
film.
Odinson.
Yes, he's still Thor Odinson. And you've got the mighty Thor right there elevated with him. Why can we not do the same thing with T'Challa and Shuri? Why can Shuri not be Black Panther and T'Challa be elevated right there with her? Like, what is this thing with wanting to see T'Challa be king on screen? Like, I just, it's so weird to me that Marvel and Disney keep taking this approach with it. When you see the lack of T'Challa in these promos, I mean, where's the film? Where do you think the film is going?
We've talked about this so much, and I personally, I'm not excited to see it. I'm not, because like I said just a couple minutes ago, they're not doing anything we want, really. Because, I mean, people want to make it seem like it's, and I hate to even really start talking like it's not a race thing, but it simply is.
I'm sorry.
And it is a race thing simply because T'Challa means so much to so many people. And those so many people are black people of color, and so minorities. And so whenever you're essentially just taking away something from them, that's why there's going to be uproar. And I feel like we're not getting a really good explanation or really anything valid on why we're getting such a great character.
Their explanation is that Chadwick died, therefore the character has to die.
That's what I'm saying. We're not getting any good explanation, no valid. And then they're trying to, I mean, like y'all said, if they wanted to do this, I mean, I even said it, have Chadwick or T'Challa somewhere off-world doing whatever, delay his recast, and then introduce him whenever you're ready. Fine. But it's they already said that he's not, they're not going to recast him, and it's ever since we heard that, I've never agreed with anything they were going to do with this movie. I mean, I'd like to see, just personally because I like M'Baku, so it's it'd be cool to see him as Black Panther, but that doesn't mean that, I don't want to see T'Challa be king. I was gonna say, the last thing, like I said before, in my opinion, T'Challa is much more than the Black Panther if you actually read the comics and everything.
That's what I'm saying, man.
He's a literal king of a whole country, one of the most important countries in the MCU, and it's that has nothing to do with skin color. That has shit to do with resources, economy, government, money. And so when you want to boil it down to shit like that, I mean, he's one of the most important niggas in the MCU. And so I don't get how you can continue into stuff you want to do and taking him out.
That's why I said anything like the Wakanda series, Wakanda Forever, the fuck. If T'Challa's not in it, it doesn't make sense. Anytime, I've said this before in videos, anytime that we go into the ancestral planes or you're learning about anything with Wakanda, even in Shuri's comics, it always comes back to who? Fucking T'Challa. There is nothing that gets done in Wakanda without going through whom? T'Challa. Even the time period where Shuri was queen of Wakanda and T'Challa was off-world. Well, there was some shit going down in Wakanda. T'Challa told them, "Fuck you. I've got to go help Wakanda." Bro. So you're telling me that now this you're killing him for the third time. You're taking away, like Q said, the black presence on screen, the black excellence that's on screen. We've been sitting here talking about Miss Marvel all week. We've been sitting here talking about Disney and Marvel Studios with the cultural and wanting to see yourself on screen. And yeah, you know, I will agree to that in some points. I will agree that they want, you know, young Pakistanis to see themselves in Kamala Khan. That's great. But now what do the young black boys do? What do the young black girls do? Yeah, they get to see themselves in Shuri, but what do the young black boys get to do? Who do they get to look up to now? Now that you've taken this black, excellent king off the screen and you decided, double down on, we're not going to recast him. He's not going to be in the MCU.
Well, not only that, I watched an interview recently. It was an old interview with Chadwick where, I mean, it's real quick. Remember the ladies? She asked him a question about Black Panther, and he literally goes, "I'm dead."
Yeah,
I'm dead.
That one.
And he's referring to T'Challa died in the snap, but he's also referring to
it was a very
dying.
cryptic interview, yeah.
But he has known since before accepting this role that he would die due to cancer that he told no one about. So, what does he want to do? Does he want? Is he as and I mean this fully? Hear me out. Is he as fucked up of a person to go? I'm gonna play this role. I'm gonna play it so damn well. I'm gonna get every single little black child paying attention to me. I'm going to make you $1 billion and raise this up to be what it is. And I don't want them to do anything more after I die. No, that's not what he did. What he did is he said, I'm going to champion this, and I'm going to carry the torch to this point. And once I'm gone, because going into this, I know I will be gone. Someone take the torch from
I was going to say, imagine what even making that first movie did for him. Seeing, like, how... That probably did much
it
for
did
him.
though,
like,
just because even when he that when you say that, it makes me think of the interview he did with, I think it was Sway, and it was you had Lupita in the cast, Michael B. Jordan, the rest of them are there, and the women like Lupita and Letitia Wright, I believe it was Letitia Wright, they had to put their hands.
No, it was
I'm sorry, you're right. It was Lupita and it was Okoye's character. I forget her.
Oh my God, Denai Guerrera.
Yes, Denai. Sorry, it was Lupita and Denai. And they put their hands on him because he was just talking about about the character, not just about the character, but about how the little kids saw him and saw the character. It really means a lot. It meant a lot to him. And that's why he was so adamant about it continuing, about it being recasted. Chadwick didn't just say this in one interview. Chadwick said this in several interviews, that yes, I want the mantle, the torch to be carried on. But a lot of people out there are making it about a mantle. It's not about a fucking mantle.
Well, and what you just did right there actually backs up what I was going to say next is...
You called him T'Challa because it's just like Robert Downey Jr. with Iron Man. That's who that is, right? But I'll say this at the same time. Robert Downey Jr. died and we still got Iron Man story to tell. Tell the Iron Man story. Like, come on now.
That's what I'm saying.
And none of these characters... I mean, I know they would.
They would.
And none of these characters have as much cultural significance outside of the movie universe, but also the most significance inside the movie universe as well. Like, for the story of the MCU, but also for the fans. Like, this is, at this point, it seems... It's weird, because it's not selfish. Disney's not being... They're just being stupid, is the only thing I can say here. Like, I don't get their point. They're obviously realizing they're going to lose money on this. Obviously, I mean, I think they're just dumb. I don't get what they're doing. They're trying to show reverence for someone the wrong way. But, I mean, they think that's what they're trying to do. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
I don't understand it. I like I said, as Black Panther being one of my favorite, he is my favorite Marvel character. I am going into this film with curiosity. Is what I'm going into the film with. I can't say I'm going into the film with hype, because I'm not. I'm going in with curiosity. I'm going in with the what the fuck are you doing with my character? What are you doing with T'Challa? Like, how are we going to watch him die on the, prep me for that shit.
Right.
Prep me for watching him die for the third time on screen. Right. Prep me for watching him just, opening Wakanda to the rest of the world, and now he's not going to be here to see it flourish. Prep me for that shit.
Right.
Prep me for, seeing Wakanda an entire film, but the absence of T'Challa. Prep me for this shit. I need to know what I'm walking into. So I think we're going to see that with hopefully with the first trailer.
See, that's why I love it. I do. Because, I've gotten very lucky. a lot of the characters that I loved growing up seeing have gotten to flourish on screen, right? So I'm sitting here this whole time thinking about, from your perspective, if my boy Spidey, right, got fucked from the start. You know what I mean? And I could just sit here fuming. I mean, the best example I can give you is probably what they did in
Multiverse of Madness?
No, that for you, yes. But for me, it would be Venom 2. I love Carnage to pieces. They ruined his entire story.
Oh yeah.
The only difference is, I'm just talking about a cool symbiote. Like, I understand where to you, this has so much more meaning in a character, right? To where I can just leave the theater being like, man, they fucked over my favorite villain. But it's not as significant to me.
Yeah,
right?
that brings, like, if they fuck this up, like, leaving the movie, there's going to be so much fucking talking. You're gonna hop on Twitter and it's gonna be hell.
It's gonna be hell.
Yeah.
Like, even that first week, like, pre-releases,
it's
the
Wakanda time.
If reviews are bad and shit, it's gonna get bad.
It is. It's gonna be bad. And typically, you know me. I am a Papa Feige shill. I am all about Kevin Feige. But this one, brother, you got wrong.
Oh yeah. If this shit come out bad, I'm coming for that.
I their whole premise of Chadwick, and I know that this has been a little long-winded, but their whole premise of Chadwick being playing it so perfectly, and I agree. Of course I agree. I can go back and watch Black Panther numerous times, and I have, and it's one of my favorite MCU films. But
anything he jumped in. When he jumped in,
yes, and when he jumped in Civil War,
Civil
when he
War.
was in, the little bit of him that we got in Infinity War.
Civil War's where his dad died, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he commanded the screen when he came on. He was so dope. The only thing more dope than Black Panther in that movie is Spider-Man showing up.
Yeah.
That's the only thing in that movie where I was like,
it was, and like I said, but the premise that Marvel is standing on, saying that, well, he did such a good job that we just don't want to recast that character. No one else is going to play him. Again, that's just complete bullshit to me. Mm-hmm. Chadwick, the amazing actor that he was, did tragically pass. T'Challa didn't. T'Challa's not dead. Mm-hmm. There are so many more stories that need to be told with T'Challa. Mm-hmm. And now you're taking him off the screen. It's just weird to me how you're... I know we said this previously in the video, but how you're progressing it with Wakanda. What are you doing with the Wakanda series?
Yeah.
Like, what are you showing in the Wakanda series where T'Challa's not the main fucking character? That's like us watching Miss Marvel and it being about Nakia or her cousin running for fucking whatever she ran for with the mom. No, I'm being serious. That's what it'd be like. It'd be like Miss Marvel, the title cards, and everything runs,
like
and no
but Kamala's not in it.
Yeah. It's like watching something about where does Thor stay? It's like watching like
Asgard.
Guardians. Yeah, it's like watching something about Asgard with no Thor.
Yes, and exactly. It's like an Asgard series. And you know what we're all going to be doing the whole Asgard series? Where the fuck is Thor?
Right. But, correct me if I'm wrong, if at the beginning of an Asgard series, Valkyrie shows up and goes, Thor's off-world, we're in trouble, we gotta handle this.
Different.
I could literally go,
that.
I could cry, I go, okay, alright, now Thor is out of my mind, I know where he is, right? He is existing in the stratosphere somewhere. Maybe he shows up at the very end, maybe not, it'd be cool if he did, but whatever, I can watch this for what it is. So again, Wakanda forever. T'Challa's off-world, we need to handle Namor.
Like I said, bro,
okay.
I'm ready for this shit. Because how is he gonna die? Because I don't know. I know there's been leak shit out there, but I want to know. I need to hear from Marvel's mouths. I need, and maybe,
what is the leak of how he dies?
It's some of the things have been. It's going to be off screen, and if it's an off screen death, and we come back from a big battle or something like that, and they come back in, and it's a somber tone.
I might walk out.
You might hear me yell bullshit.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm serious.
If I hear some shit like he died, dude, I might walk out.
I'm serious.
Like,
I'm gonna be the motherfucker in the theater that says bullshit. Because, bro, I'm about to go watch Thor: Love and Thunder, and I'm about to go watch Gore the God Butcher, who made a vow that all gods will die. And then you've got Mighty Thor coming in with the hammer, and she's now Jane. Jane's Mighty Thor now, and you've got Thor and her holding pinkies and shit. About to fight Gore.
You ain't kill either of them.
Neither one of them died. Bullshit. I'm gonna be pissed. Because we haven't even got to see T'Challa be the king of Wakanda. He didn't become the king of Wakanda until what? Civil War? Yes, he became the king of
we
Wakanda in Civil
barely
War.
got to see shit though. Like with the most we
That's
got
what
to
I'm
see
saying.
him be king
We
was in
didn't,
Infinity.
bro. In Civil War, we got to see him become the king of Wakanda. It was dope when we got in that. But even in his own film, the motherfucker died.
Yeah, no, his whole fucking film was him fighting to be king. He really never really got it. He didn't really start being king until fucking Infinity War, whenever they came and needed him for the Battle of Wakanda. He started,
boom,
and then
dead again.
Yeah, I was about to say gone.
Dead again.
Right.
And so my thing is too, like, and then you want me to believe Winston Duke being the amazing actor he is. I think Winston Duke is great. I love Winston Duke. Not just in Marvel stuff, but other stuff that Winston Duke's been in. I love Winston Duke. But you want me to believe that M'Baku is going to be Black Panther? And the reason I say that is because, again, you're not talking to no little fucking stupid ass kids here.
Right.
Yeah.
What M'Baku, who was spitting on traditions when he came out there talking about and this girl dogs that tradition and all this type of shit, and they're coming down there with the fucking gorilla mask on, and even when they were praying to bring when they were praying to bring T'Challa back, when they were praying to Bast, what did he do? He rolled his eyes and turned away. Why? He doesn't even worship Bastet. So why the fuck would he be Black Panther?
His country needs him.
Bro, stop. That's what I'm saying. It's
Your country needs you.
I'm just saying that's some shit Marvel will put out. Like,
T'Challa died in a battle off screen. Your country needs you now.
Your country needs you, so I need
There's
you to
Namor
fuck your religion.
Yeah.
Fuck your religion that you've been a part of forever.
We'll give you these insane powers.
Come over here.
We'll give you the suit. We'll give you the suit.
Yeah,
he died
you
off
get the
screen. We'll give you the suit.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And again, I could go on and on. Last thing I do want to say, though, is this. Pay very close attention to the way that this film is going to be advertised in the coming months. I promise you. They are going to advertise this film in the coming months. I bet you in the trailer, we'll probably hear T'Challa's voice. We'll hear Chadwick's voice. It'll be some
it's a
past
selling
shit.
point,
They'll be showing like the ancestral plans.
Yeah, it's going to be some. Because from my
shit.
understanding, he's not even going to be in the ancestral planes. I believe there's a scene where is it Suri? Someone's in the ancestral planes. He ain't there. So you're telling me that T'Challa's dead?
Yeah,
You've killed him. You've killed him, and he's not even in the place that he's supposed to go to when he
his
dies.
Heaven, like he ain't even go to his heaven.
What the fuck? That's oh my god, bro. Oh my, So pay very close attention to the way that this film is going to be advertised in the coming months. They are going to advertise Chadwick. They are going to advertise Black Panther, but he is not going to be in the film. It's going to be a bait and switch. I promise you that. Why? Because Marvel, I'm saying it, is going to try to profit off this man's death. I wasn't going to say that early on, or early in past videos we've done about this. I've never said that, but I'm saying it now because it's just so clear. It's evident that that's what they want to do. This is not about Chadwick. This is about lining pockets. That's all this is. But as always, question is for you guys. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys think. Do you think that Marvel should recast T'Challa? Do you think that Wakanda Forever is even going to be top tier MCU? Do you think it's going to be a film that can stand on its own without the main character of the film, T'Challa, being present in the film? Let us know all these things down below in the comments. Again, last thing, is Marvel making the biggest mistake in not recasting T'Challa? Let us know down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Say T'Challa, we need a recast. Chat would agree, and I truly believe that. Stories untold, I pray that we get to unfold. Don't kill him, we don't need to see that. A black man is king, I think that it's crucial. If not for the grown-ups, the kids should move you. Representation, let it multiply. Stop telling the stories how legacies die. We can explore the world of Wakanda by addition and not replacement. 1.3 billion, how was that? And I'm making a statement. Being pigeonholed to a role like there could be only one is deflating. Man, it's a mindset that ain't died yet, cause the lack of seeing our faces. Shuri can be the queen of the nation. Women should feast, we want elevation. Now wouldn't it be dope if they rose up together without doing something as cold as erasing them? We got respect for Ryan and Nate. They doing their best, they stuck in the middle, but I hope they think about what is at stake. Don't rush it, but please let the saga continue. Doubling down on Black Death is a trope we no longer want to handle. Wakanda forever, T'Challa forever. It's never been about the mantle. What is we saying? This ain't about Phantom and getting my way. It's all for the love, it's not for the hate. No matter what people are trying to say, we cast T'Challa. We cast T'Challa.